Okay, let's talk now of financial independence. Let me first give you my definition of financial independence. Number one, the ability to live from the income of your personal resources. This should be every person who lives in a free country, especially a capitalistic country. This should be everyone's goal, to someday be able to live from the income of your personal resources. Now, how many resources you need, right, depends on how you want to live. But if you wish to live modestly, it doesn't take all that many resources over a fairly brief period of time to have enough resources to live modestly. If you wish to live more lavishly, of course, you need to accumulate more resources. But that's my view of financial independence, so that you can live from the income of your resources. Now, here's what else that does. Now you can choose the work you do. Now you can choose to work or not work. Now you can work not because you have to, but because you want to. When we talk to kids about financial independence, we say, do what you have to as quick as you can so you can do what you want to as long as you can. Next key phrase, economics is major. Everybody should major in economics because it's such a vital part of your life. A paycheck is so vital because, first of all, it provides for you and the family's survival. Second, it provides for the opportunity of success. Some people feel we shouldn't spend that much time talking about money, but we really should. Someone says, well, you know, money is the root of all evil. Not true. Here's what it really says. The love of money is the root of all evil. And I'm sure everyone here has dispensed with the idea of falling in love with money, because that serves no purpose. Here's what's noble, what money can do. The projects it can support. The relief from debt it can create. Building a financial wall around your family nothing can get through. So economics is major. The key, of course, is what you do with it. If you earn a lot, you should give a lot. Key phrase from antiquity, here's what it says. If you've been given much, now much is required. If you've been given great responsibility, much is required. If you've been given much wealth, now much is required. Everyone has to solve this about the money to go for. Should you go for the money? Should you go for success? And here's the philosophy, we've already covered it. You should earn as much as you possibly can in the reasonable time devoted to economics, job, business. Reasonable time devoted to economics, job, business, future, enterprise. With that enterprise and with that job, the key is to earn as much as you possibly can as you balance your life with everything else. Not at the sacrifice of your friendships, not at the sacrifice of values, not at the sacrifice of integrity.
The late Jim Rohn was a gifted storyteller with dynamic delivery and thought-provoking substance. His philosophy was an important influence on me as I was growing my wealth and business, so today I'd like to share a collection of his quotes pertaining to finance. We will kick it off with quote number 1. In order to become financially independent, you must turn part of your income into capital, turn capital into enterprise, then turn enterprise into profit, turn profit into investment, and turn investment into financial independence. This is a great quote from Jim Rohn because it describes the path we must take to financial independence. Each step of the wealth creation process is outlined within the quote as a road we can take to financial success. Quote number 2. We can have more than we've got because we can become more than we are. Jim Rohn believed that in order for the world to change for us, we must change. He believed personal development was the worthiest labor in life, and that it is not the money that counts. It is who you become in the pursuit of the money that matters. Quote number 3. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines, practiced every day, while failure is simply a few errors in judgment repeated every day. It is the accumulative weight of our disciplines and our judgments that leads us to either fortune or failure. He believed that all successful outcomes are created from a series of smaller actions. Each small action that we commit towards our goal counts as a building block of a disciplined and successful life. Quote number 4. There is no better opportunity to receive more than to be thankful for what you already have. Thanksgiving opens up the windows of opportunity for ideas to flow your way. The concept of gratitude is popular among all personal development mentors. Being grateful allows us to reinforce what it is we want to see more of in our lives. When your mind is filled with gratitude, it cannot be filled with anxiety or anger. Practicing gratitude every day will increase your immunity against negative emotions and thought patterns. Quote number 5. Goals. There's no telling what you can do when you get inspired by them. There's no telling what you can do when you believe in them. There's no telling what will happen when you act upon them. This is a great quote from Jim Rohn because it highlights the birth and development of successful action. Every effective action begins with inspiration. That inspiration is then backed by belief, and that belief is then turned into action. This is how ideas evolve into reality. Quote number 6. All values must be won by contest, and after they have been won, they must be defended. This is how Jim Rohn explains that once we achieve a certain level of success, we must not get too comfortable. Achievement is something that needs to be continuously protected. As times change, we must also change. We must always continue to adapt to our surroundings. Quote number 7. Don't sell out your virtue and your value for something you think you want. Judas got the money, but he threw it all away and hung himself because he was so unhappy with himself. This is how Jim Rohn stresses that we must not lose our dignity and virtue in the pursuit of monetary success. It is important to develop a strong reason for your achievement. Most of the time, money is a side effect of pursuing a higher value, such as helping the world become a better place. Quote number 8. Values were meant to be costly. If it doesn't cost much, we probably wouldn't appreciate the value. This quote speaks to the idea that everything worthwhile requires a sacrifice. In the pursuit of achievement, we must choose what it is we are willing to sacrifice in order to see our plans come to fruition. If it were easy, everyone would be rich. Be grateful that you have the opportunity to persevere in the face of adversity. Quote number 9. If you don't like how things are, change it. You're not a tree. This quote comes from when Jim Rohn discusses the fact that humans have the innate ability to completely change their circumstances. If you don't like the way things are, change them. Unlike a tree. Which is bound to the location it is born. Humans have the power to relocate, renew, and reconsider their circumstances. Quote number 10. Happiness is not something you postpone for the future. It is something you design for the present. This is a great quote from Jim Rohn because it highlights the fact that in each present moment we have an important decision to make. We must choose happiness. It takes courage to choose happiness in the face of challenge and uncertainty. Happiness is an active endeavor. It is not a destination. Jim Rohn believed the secret to happiness is falling in love with the process and enjoying every minute of the journey. Life is to be admired for all of its peaks and valleys. Think about how you can choose happiness in every present moment. This concludes our list of quotes from Jim Rohn on financial freedom. Subscribe to the Helpful Dreams channel for more thought-provoking content, and we hope to see you in the next one.